Hey everybody, welcome back to Smoky Hill Bonsai. If you remember, earlier in the year I did a series of videos on doing a landscape drawing for your backyard. So basically this video is going to be kind of an update on the lawn part of it. You remember I talked a lot about getting the well put in, an irrigation system, and get some trees planted in the front yard. When I did all the work, it was really hot outside. It was mid-September, unusually warm for that time of year. Yesterday we set a high temperature record yesterday, but thankfully we're in a hoodie today, and everything should be set to help this grass establish nice. So let's take a look at the videos and I'll show you an update on what it looks like today. Here you can see about how the lawn killed off, maybe one more application. The rocks out of the bed will define the edge and put the new edging in, and then we are just a few days away from getting the irrigation system set. Should be ready to go. So it didn't take me any time at all to get the front yard trenched. Trenching in the backyard now. I actually put my bee suit on and did a little trench and form around the bees. I meant to have them moved out of here, but didn't get there. But nobody got stung. Everybody's fine. All right, well, today's the day to start raking up the lawn. So my goal here is, you can see how high the dirt is, or the soil is along the curb. I'm gonna take all this soil down. So the goal is to have about a 1/2 to 3/4 inch lip. The concrete's gonna be about 3/4 of an inch higher than the soil around it. So I'll get started. Got all this and all of this and all that to do. Okay guys, this is getting ridiculous. It was supposed to be in the mid-80s this week, and it was going to be ideal for this lawn work. Ben said it was like 95 yesterday. And it's 90 something today. Let me just show you real quick what I got going on. I tilled up all of this and that on the other side in the lawn. I've raked over this lawn now about 5 times. I had to get some of the old Bermuda and weeds and some of this stuff off there. It's on the back of the compost pile. The irrigation system's in and working. I need to go get the seeder slicer so I can get this seeded right away. My plan is to run the slicer over 1 or 2 times to kind of break up some of the dirt clods, and then get the seed in. Just installed the edging, got to clean that up, but I'm going to stop there because I got to get to the seed. And then before I seed though, I need to plant 3 trees. So I'm going to get the holes dug, then I'm going to go to the store, rent the slicer, buy the seed, plant the trees, and then do all that, and probably run out of time. Well, this is really exciting. The new shade trees for the front yard showed up today. They were delivered today from Blueville Nursery in Manhattan, Kansas. And these are 3 northern red oaks for the front yard. Okay, well, I'm to the stage in this landscape project where I am ready to plant the trees. I'm going to plant 3 red oaks in the front yard. I know if you've seen the pictures of the yard, you might think, well, it's kind of a lot of oaks for that small space. I really like to put the oak trees close together. I like to plant trees in general close together. I think they kind of like it, depend on it. It helps when they can protect each other from driving wind, sun, snow, stuff like that. Roots kind of mend together a little bit more. But I'm going to space them far enough apart that they will be able to grow healthy, and I will be able to prune, you know, when the branches start touching each other 10 years down the road or something. I will be able to prune those and like I said, keep everything healthy.
All right, so here's what the lawn's looking like today. You can see we've got the 3 trees in the ground there in the middle of the yard. The grass is coming up nice, and I was considering maybe giving it its first mowing today. Expecting some rain. I've got the irrigation dialed way back so I can start to dry that surface of the soil. Um, but I think I'm going to go ahead and maybe let it go another few days. So let's turn around real quick. We'll look at the trees and some of the other little areas, some of the details of putting a lawn in that you don't want to overlook. So one of the clips in the video, I showed this area of the lawn and the soil was piled up high. It's always a good idea to give yourself about a ½ inch or an inch of lip around your soil surface there, so that your lawn, so that when water comes off the sidewalk and stuff, it can filter off into the lawn. So like I mentioned, this grass is just about mowable. You can see some henbits starting to sprout in there, some other broadleaf weeds. I'd like to start the mowing process because it takes about 3 mowings before your grass is kind of hardened off or toughened up, and then we can do a little bit of weed control to help get rid of that. So here are the 3 northern red oaks that are in the front yard. This house faces to the west, and so one day, with plenty of proper care, these trees will grow up and shade from that harsh western afternoon summer Kansas sun. Now Amelia, let me ask you something. You've been wanting to get in this video, right?
Yes.
Why do you guys keep moving those old landscape blocks we're trying to get rid of back onto the sidewalk?
So we can play games?
So you're building with them like big Legos.
Yeah. The
All right.
Legos.
Well, that's not a bad idea. Bet they're in the middle of the sidewalk. So I think these trees will add a lot. I think they'll add a lot to the neighborhood. They'll add a lot to the property. So that's pretty good. Let's take a look at the well real fast. So here's the well. It is in the front yard. Initially, I wanted it right on the other side of the fence there. I started digging those posts to try to see if I could pull that fence apart and remove it so that the well truck could back in through that fence. But somebody was really generous with the amount of concrete that they cemented those posts in the ground with, and I didn't have that much ambition to dig all that concrete out. So you know what, I'm a landscaper. Decided we'll just put it in the front yard and I'll landscape around it. So we have an extra wide planting bed here, and I hope soon to begin filling it with shrubs. I'm not exactly for sure what's going in yet. Some forsythia, I'm sure. I kind of like boxwood for the evergreen. We'll find a good combination of plants that should give us some blooms or colors all year round, some fall interest. So conveniently located right here by the Bonsai, I have a valve box installed here with a hose spigot on there, and I can hook my garden hose to that, kick on the well, and then conveniently water the benches. Now, future plans, I can come off that. There's a wire, an extra wire laid with it, so I can run a pipe over up the fence if I want to do a little more. If I need to add some drip, or if I need to add a mister, or anything like that, I've got that option right there. So that's nice. So to wrap this video up, I want to quickly give a shout out to my friend Tim. He has a little company here in town where they take care of turf, install grass, stuff like that. I mentioned in the video that I was going to go to the hardware store and rent the seeder slicer. The slicer is the machine that you use to kind of help bed the seed into the soil to get good soil contact for it to germinate. But anyways, the rental place did not have the slicer available, so I called Tim to find out if he would just come over and seed it. Turned out he was busy, didn't have time, but he was not using his slicer. So he invited me to come to his house and pick it up, which I did. And I was grateful for that, to use that. And then in return, I gave him a nice bottle of honey. So I appreciate that, Tim. To wrap up, what's next for the grass? We're going to continue to let it grow and mow it for the next couple weeks. And then once it's hardened off, which basically means it's kind of matured and it's not in that delicate, fragile state anymore, then maybe we can get a weed control on it before it goes dormant, and then we'll apply a winterizer fertilizer, which will help get it off to a good start next spring. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video a little bit, seeing the process of the grass going in. It's a lot of work, had a lot of fun doing it. Please hit that subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. And so with that, take care, everybody. Catch you next time. Damn it, that still sucks.